this is probably like one of the most important lessons you will ever get. So it's how to paraphrase. So we had talked about exactly what, I should be up there. So we talked exactly what plagiarizing is. So plagiarizing means you take the idea or work of someone else and pass it off as your own, right? So you're basically stealing. So when you go to high school, like I said, when you're in college, they have programs where they'll take your essays and they'll run them through this program. And if they catch any part of your essay, it could be, 3 sentences that's exactly from a resource, you're going to get in trouble. So it's really important that you stop doing this. You do not want to plagiarize, right? So what you do want to do is or I should be up there. You want to paraphrase. So paraphrase, basically what it means, it's you read something, right? And you restate it in your own words, but you can't lose the meaning of the text. So this, when you are in 8th grade and in high school and in college, you're going to do a lot of research, right? So, and then you're going to have to paraphrase the information that you research. So this is really, really important. So I'm going to teach you today how to do this. So let's check out one example, right? So let's say the original example is giraffes like I don't know how to say this, acacia leaves and hay, and they can consume 70 pounds of food a day, right? So if you were to take that and paraphrase it, this is what it would look like. A giraffe can eat up to 75 pounds of acacia leaves and hay a day. Okay, that's paraphrasing, right? So if it's a longer passage, right, this is what it would look like. So here's the original. It says, at just 8.5 square miles, the Pacific Islands country of Nauru is one of the smallest countries in the world. The island was once rich in phosphate, but most of the resources has been mined, leaving damage to the environment behind. Nauru has a population of about 10,000 people. So that's the original text. So now I want you to read, let's look at the paraphrase. Nauru is a Pacific island country that is only 8.5 square miles in area. It is one of the smallest countries on the planet, and only about 10,000 people live there. Nauru has mined its once plentiful supply of phosphate. This has damaged the environment of the island. So tell me, what did the person do? So what do you notice that the person did in the paraphrasing? So what kind of things are you noticing? Yes?
They took some words that they used to put it in there.
They took some words. Did they use those words, or did they change the words?
The paraphrase one took some words from the original.
Okay, so there's some words that you cannot change. You cannot paraphrase, right? So when you're talking about titles and names, there's no way you could paraphrase that. You can't paraphrase statistics and numbers, right? So this is this kind of things you can't change. This you cannot change. You can't change certain words, right? So what else do you notice was done besides some words are the same? Well, what else? Yes.
You changed the entire order of
Yes. Kyle, perfect. So if you notice the order of the sentences changed. So right here we talk about how big the island was in the beginning, but actually we kind of do that over here too. We talk about this in the beginning, right? But then here we're talking about, here we talk about the phosphate in the middle, but here we talk about the phosphate in the end. So something they do is they change the order of the details, right? Okay, so far we have sometimes you have to keep the same words, okay? The second thing we learned is you have to change the order of the ideas. What's a third thing you noticed? So what else do you notice? Yes?
I think I remember on the last one with the giraffes, they combined the two sentences.
All right, so sometimes you can also combine ideas that are in the sentences and make your paraphrase shorter, right? And actually, yeah, if you look back at the other one, right? Let me go back here. So if you look back at this one, here we have the word consume, right? But what word did they replace consume for in the paraphrase one? Eat, right? Eat. So the third thing you can do, or fourth thing I think we're up to, is you change the words, right? But you have to make sure when you change the words that it's still the same meaning. Like consume and eat are the same thing, all right? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you like a little checklist of how to paraphrase, right? So there's like 6 steps, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to practice this for you. So the first thing you want to do when you paraphrase, like I said, this is so important. This is the most important lesson you will ever get. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to read the passage, right? Now, so when you do this with argumentative essay, what you want to do is, because some of the articles are long, you're going to chunk it, right? So you would read only like the first paragraph and then paraphrase. Then you'd read the next paragraph and paraphrase. It's way too hard to read the whole entire thing. So you're going to chunk it. So you're going to read that first little part, right? Then the second step is you're going to remove the text, like turn the text over, and in your mind, you're going to explain what you just read, all right? Then the third thing is you're going to replace words and phrases with your own words and phrases, right? So sometimes what you may have to do is you may have to like look up certain words. Like if you're reading an article and you're like, gosh, I don't know what this word means, you might have to look it up. But the other thing I want you to understand is when you do research, especially like in high school, if you're reading an article where you're finding you have to look up like every other word in the article, then what do you think? That article is like too hard for you. And on the other side, like you may read articles and you may not understand every single thing in the article, but as long as you're getting a little bit out of the article, then that's okay. So don't expect to understand every single thing, all right? All right, so we talked about how you want to replace words. Like instead of saying consume, the author, that paraphrase, use the word eat, all right? And then the fourth thing is exactly what Kyle said. Rearrange the order of the sentences, ideas within sentences, and words within the sentences. All right, and then we talked about this also. Like realize that some of the words cannot be changed, right? So dates, people's names, possible like they're saying like phosphate, right? You can't change that. All right, I should be up here. And then the sixth thing is you want to recheck. Make sure that your paraphrase conveys the same meaning as the original. So we're gonna do something here. So we have 2 texts. This is the original text, and this is the student text. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna pass this out to you. I want you to highlight all the words that are the same in the paraphrase. So you're gonna look at this one, and you're gonna highlight all the words that the original had, and we're gonna check this out and analyze and ask, is this a good paraphrase? Then I'm gonna show you a second one, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. We're gonna look at like which student did a better job of paraphrasing. All right, so I'm gonna pass this out to you. Let's highlight. All right, so we're gonna highlight the exact same words. So in that very first sentence, it says, he was born in a poor family, but Franklin made a lot of money as a printer in Philadelphia. So raise your hand. What words are exactly the same? Jules?
He was born in poor.
Wait, but he? Are you sure he?
No, he.
No, he.
No, he.
Was born.
Wait, there is a he.
Oh, you're right.
There's a he.
Yes.
I never knew it.
Okay, poor family. But Ben Franklin made. But then I'm stopping there.
Not but.
Oh, sorry, not but. Okay.
Ben Franklin made
So then it reads a lot of money as a printer in Philadelphia. So as a printer in Philadelphia, I have to highlight that, right? As a printer in Philadelphia.
4 words.
By the age of 42, Ben Franklin was one of the richest. So what should I highlight here?
42, Ben Franklin.
42, Ben Franklin. Keep going.
Not bad.
Oh, not Ben. So hold on. So let me erase Ben. All right, what else do I highlight? Guys, help me out here. After Franklin, what do I highlight? Go ahead, Anthony. All right, so we're not highlighting wealthiest, right? All right, men in the colonies. We shouldn't be talking. We should be focusing on this. All right, then raise your hand. What do I highlight next? Jules, go ahead.
The whole sentence, he chose to retire from business and become a gentleman. But that's a quote.
No, it's not. Oh, no. The only thing they quoted was, but the other, it was quoted in the history book too.
Yep.
All right. What else? Shh. Raise your hand. What else? Vinny, go ahead.
You don't highlight the whole sentence.
He chose to retire from business. He chose to retire. Oh,
But he still.
yeah, but we still have business.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the next part, he began. So in this next sentence, what should I highlight? Shh, go ahead, Kyle.
Philosopher studies and amusements.
Wait, no. You're before that. He
Oh yeah,
began
The whole sentence.
to pursue everything.
Yep.
Studies. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. It's his purse.
Oh wait a minute. Okay.
It's plagiarism. Oh wait, no. It's
Oh. Oh yeah. This. Oh, that's. Oh, this is a.
It's his purse.
Oh, that's probably me. I typed it up wrong. All right. Then the last sentence. What should I highlight?
This is the whole thing. He said interested in.
All right. He was especially instead of interested
And then electricity
and experiments. Okay. So everyone, be quiet. So would you say that this is plagiarized or paraphrased? This is okay. So now what we're gonna do? All right. So now I want you to go. This is student. This is student number 2. I want you to do the same exact thing. See if this student did a better job of paraphrasing than student number 1. So go ahead. So now raise your hand. Shh. So tell me in the first sentence. So the first sentence says he was born into a poverty-stricken family, but made a lot of money as a printer in Philadelphia. Raise your hand and tell me what should I highlight. Aiden.
He was
No.
born,
Okay. He was born.
made a as a
Wait. Made a.
family.
Oh, family.
Family, what?
Yeah. Made a. As a printer.
In Philadelphia.
Okay. The next sentence.
By the age of 42.
All right.
Franklin was one of the men in the colonies.
All right. Men in colonies. All right. Next one.
He chose to retire from business and become a gentleman. He began to.
Wow. Wait. Hold a minute. To the whole
Except
sentence.
follow his. Except follow his.
Except for what?
Follow his.
Where's that?
At the end.
Oh, he began to. So he began, right? But not follow his interests.
And amusements.
Right. Wait. Philosophy? No. No philosophy.
You said
Amusements.
and amusements. You need the and.
Yeah. He was.
Especially electricity and his experiments made him.
Oh wait. His experiments made him. Okay. So, eyes up there. So now listen. There are some words that you just cannot replace, right? So like 42. Like you can't replace that.
Philadelphia.
Franklin, Philadelphia, right? So is this paraphrasing better than the other one?
Yes.
Does it still need some work?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Pick 'em.
All right. So the next part. Shh.
What?
So we said.
Go to jail.
So we agree that number 2 definitely had the better paraphrase. However, I think number 2 still needs a little help. So what I'm going to model for you right now on the doc camera is an example of how I would paraphrase. So I selected an article that I'm using for my argument essay, which is screen time should be limited in children. And I have the article, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do one little passage at a time. All right? All right, so when you do this, you have to remember, right? Guys, shh, hey, you're going to, shh, Jules. So when you read the original text, and on the right-hand side, when you paraphrase, make sure you're following those steps. I gave you the handout for the steps to paraphrase, so you want to make sure that you're using different words, you're changing the arrangement of the details, but keep in mind that some of the words you can't replace, like the words quartz and Earth's crust, you cannot change. And I think I messed up a word in here.
What do you call it? Wait.